What's up, everybody? It's me, Bryson Booker, and guess what? I just can't wait to be king. At least the king of college, right? You know, once I get done with all the homework, then I feel like a king. But when you got homework to do, you kind of feel like Scar. You want to kill everybody. Well, not everybody, but you at least want to kill the papers, okay? Maybe not the people, but the papers, right? Okay, now what reference did I just use there? Scar? Just can't wait to be king? Hakuna Matata? No worries? That's how I feel on a daily basis. Hakuna Matata. Even though I got a paper due, I got no worries. But then the paper becomes due. And then I'm like Scar again. Arrgh. But what am I talking about? I'm talking about Disney's The Lion King. This was released by Walt Disney Pictures, at least the VHS of the film, was released by Disney in 1995. But obviously, if you're a big Disney historian, the movie technically came out June 15th or June 24th, 1994. And it is a Disney masterpiece. This is when Disney wanted to start re-releasing a lot of their movies. Well, this was a current release, but a lot of Disney movies around the 90s came out under the Masterpiece Collection because they were indeed masterpieces. It's just, like, literally, the 90s were considered the Disney Renaissance. What do I mean by that? It means that Disney got a big idea and started to make all of these great movies, all of these great shows, all of these great products. They were really doing well as a company in the 90s, like, literally. They literally came out of a Great Depression in the 1980s, and now they are pretty much on top of the world. Around like 1992, 93, they were everywhere. The Disney Afternoon, Disney movies, yada yada yada. Anyway, The Lion King was the pinnacle of the Disney Renaissance in 1994. Disney got a whole bunch of great animators, great artists, great producers, great musicians, put them on in a big blender and say, blend us something good, and they did. Thus, we have The Lion King. The plot is pretty simple. Simba, which is this little guy up here that this guy is holding. You know, I can't think of names. I really don't want to get them wrong, so I'm sorry. So, Simba is being held by the baboon. End of story. And he's going to be the next king. And so basically this is kind of a coming-to-age story about father and son, Mufasa. There's his father right there, Mufasa. Basically a coming-to-age story about how Simba becomes king and what he does as king. But obviously, you can see right there, the evil Scar wants to basically destroy Simba's kingship as well as destroy his relationship with his father. And the stupid thing is, Scar is a part of the family, alright? He's in the same family as Mufasa and Simba. But obviously he doesn't like them, and he wants to make sure that their lives, both of their lives, are absolutely horrible. He does it to Mufasa, he wants to do it to Simba, but Simba's not going to stand for it. Literally. And he basically saves the day. And also becomes the king of Pride Rock. Guys, pretty basic story. Along the way, Simba meets Timon and Pumbaa, which they teach them the Hakuna Matata way of living, which is the no worries thing, which Disney just recently trademarked. Yeah, isn't that like Disney? Just trademark the obvious things. No, camera must have cut off here. Anyway, Timon and Pumbaa teach him the Hakuna Matata way of living, and Simba adopts this for a second until he's called back home to rescue his family and his whole nation, basically. Guys, what can I say? Plot is so simple. And the way they execute that plot is very simple. But let me be careful when I say that, because when I mean that it's not so simple that it's not that it's dumb. It's simple in the sense that everything else around it is so well done. It doesn't, you know, contradict the plot or anything or make the plot confusing. You know, so them making the story very simple to understand, yet relating to life so well, just makes for a great movie overall. So the plot is very simple to understand. The animation, which really was one of the things that this film was praised on, it was praised on the animation. I mean, duh. what Disney was doing in the 90s was just literally, the bar was raised. I mean, you looked at television animation back then, and then you looked at this, and it's like, really, are we in 1994 or are we in 2000? I mean, and I mean, you still look at it and say, wow, I wish 1994 would actually come back because they took more pride in what they did back then. And it wasn't just a cash tie-in. It's just, like, literally, you know, animation like this could literally stand today's test of time. Because, I mean, hey, they were using computers back then on this, and they're using computers now, but it seems like what they did with computers back then was a lot better, and I definitely agree that it was. But, again, animation, top-notch. Music, you got Hans Zimmer that composed the score. Tim Rice was the lyricist. And everybody's favorite Elton John also wrote, I think, actually 3 of the songs for this film, including the Grammy-nominated and Grammy-winning hit, Can You Feel the Love Tonight? I mean, if you don't know that song, I would encourage you to listen to it, or if you don't, and if you want to easily forget it, that's okay too. But it was a hit that came from the Lion King soundtrack and was written by and performed by Elton John. Guys, what can I say? It makes sense why this movie is such a masterpiece, and I really just cannot explain it to you. You have to go watch it for yourself. That's how great it is. I mean, literally. You know, it's a great movie, great story, great acting. You know, some of the guys that did this, Nathan Lane, Matthew Broderick, some other guys that I can't remember right now, they did an awesome job. And literally, I really wish that Disney would get back to films like this, where they weren't just making films just to make films because it's the Disney tradition, but that they make films that can transform a life. And for many, The Lion King has transformed many people's lives, as well as the company's life too, because then they release a whole bunch of sequels after it, such as The Lion King 2 in 1998, The Lion King 1.5 in 2004 about Timon and Pumbaa. And then, obviously, we also get a Timon and Pumbaa cartoon series, which lasted from 1995 till 99. So, I mean, yeah, Disney is keeping The Lion King going strong. Obviously, today we have a Lion King musical. We have different Lion King tie-ins and references. We have even another Lion King series called, I think it's on Disney Junior now. I think it's called The Lion Prince or something. I don't really know, but, or I'm sorry, not The Lion Prince, The Lion Guard. I mean, so The Lion King obviously has been making Disney some big bucks for years. And it's not just because it's making them money, it's because it's a very memorable movie. You know, and if there's ever going to be another one, which, believe it or not, guys, there is, next year in 2019, there will be another Lion King. Disney, please, if there ever is going to be another Lion King, don't let it replace the original. I mean, it's not going to anyway. Duh. It's just because this is the only one. And it's a great movie. I love it. Everybody loves it. You love it. I know you've seen it. And you're going to watch it again, right? Please promise me you'll watch it again. Please. It is a great movie. So check it out for yourself. The Lion King.